Yeah, man, it's your queen, Pimp Son Kids, coming back through right quick, right fast with another shout on the Soul Train Awards 2022. And for this one, we are focusing on the nominees and the winner of the Ashford and Simpson Songwriters Award. So they had two cast members from the First Wives Club come out, the reboot of, I believe, this one is going to be a series while the original First Wives Club was a movie. But we'll get to that when we get to it. So we had a woman cast member come out and a man cast member come out. The woman very pregnant. And they announced the nominees for the Songwriters Award, which were Steve Lacy for Bad Habit. I have not heard that song. Beyonce, Break My Soul. It's a okay song. Ari Lennox, Pressure. I love it. Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous. Love it. Money Long, Hours and Hours. It's good. SZA, I Hate You. Love it. Burna Boy, Last. Love it. Beyonce, Church Girl. Love. And the award goes to Money Long. Money Long. Very much so deserved. And before we get into how beautiful she looks and her beautiful acceptance speech, I want to talk a little bit about the nominees. So the first nominee announced, Steve Lacy. And like I said, I have not heard, to my knowledge, I may have heard some music by him and just didn't know that it was him. But I'm not very familiar with this artist or the song, but the snippet that they played, it sounded jiggy, so I am interested. And being the fact of how much talent we tend to have on the Soul Train Awards, I think that their opinion is trustworthy in making him a nominee, so definitely makes me more interested and getting to know him and getting to know his sound. So don't be surprised if I pop out and do a music analysis for him. But just based on what I see in the snippet of his nomination clip, I'm getting an energy, an aura that is free-spirited, playful, yet still very soulful and wise, you know. And of course, I don't know much about him, so I'm just going based off what I see. But he kind of reminds me of Stevie Wonder by the way that he looks. It could be his hair in combination with the glasses and, you know, his style of clothing. It makes me think about how Stevie Wonder looked back in the day. So I'm wondering if he intentionally dolled himself up like that for that particular video, or is that how he consistently looks? Like, overall, I'm very intrigued. I have a lot of questions, so I may definitely be doing a video to focus on him specifically soon. Stay tuned. And if you are competent in the artist Steve Lacy and his music, please get down in the comments and fill me in, educate me, learn me. But overall, okay? Shout out to Steve Lacy and congratulations on his nomination. And of course, the next nominee shown is Ms. Beyonce for the song Break My Soul. Now, okay, so when this song first came out, what I heard was what they said was the original demo track that had leaked. So I was like, child, what is this, honey? What is this? But then I managed to find the actual finalized track from the album, the Renaissance album, and I was getting into it. I'm like, ooh, fresh out the bed. Ooh, Shout out to the Migos, rest in peace, Takeoff. But it really made me feel something. So I know, like, when I first read off that, you know, the song was nominated, I was like, it's okay. And the only reason I said that is because when I got to hear the rest of the songs on the album, I was like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I really said that based on comparing it to other songs from the album that I've fallen in love with. But my opinion on the song itself, just as it is, I really love it. I love the song. I love the concept. I love Big Frida being on it. I love the universal, relatable elements of it concerning the lyrics. And I also love that there are specific themes and lyrics and a vibe, a musicality that is specifically dedicated to not only LGBT, but specifically Black LGBT plus community members, individuals, people. I really appreciate that. And I love how, even though those specificities exist, as a homage and acknowledgement and appreciation to them, it is still done in a way that is relatable universally. And I felt like she did very well in releasing this song first, because it is a really good introduction to the rest of the sounds and themes and vibes and lyrics on the songs throughout the album. Not to mention, I feel like the vibe and energy of the song amongst the album is really needed during this time, not only after, having gone through the panini of 2020 and beyond, because the emotions and everything that were acknowledged and more thoroughly seen and felt from the panini, it hadn't just started in the panini. It had been a build up over time universally. And till now, things are still overflowing and boiling up for the purpose of healing and truths that need to be acknowledged and known and things of that nature. And I say all of that to say that this song amongst the album is the perfect weapon against all of the depressing energy, all of the turmoil, tragic energy, and all of that. It is literally the perfect weapon, the perfect pain medicine for all of that. Most certainly, if you allow it to be. Emphasis on if you allow it to be, because a lot of people have such a habit of being sad and angry that they formed a unhealthy attachment to those emotions. So not feeling those types of emotions can be like going a week without sugar for a lot of people. There are certain people that experience withdrawal from negative emotions because they're so in the habit of it that it becomes an addiction, which ultimately kind of explains the reaction that some people had to this song and to the album when it first came out. Some people that have attachments to negative emotions, they, deal with that and function in that through listening to sad heartbreak music all of the time. Not saying that everybody that listens to sad heartbreak music all the time is sad and depressive and functions that way all the time, but some people who are addicted to negativity, that's what they do. And so they may not like the type of music that Break My Soul is and that the Renaissance album consists of. And for some people, they just wanted a, die-hard, strictly R&B, soul-focused album from Beyonce, because it has been a while since she's put that out. But, me personally, I love to see Beyonce do new things, especially when she does it well. And she definitely did it excellently with that song and with the album. What I will say though, as it concerns submitting it for a Songwriters Award nominee, I wouldn't have submitted Break My Soul for the Songwriters Award nominee. Personally, if I was Beyonce, I would have, instead of Break My Soul, I would have submitted either Alien, well, it's not a soulful song. I would have submitted Cuff It, since it's the Soul Train Awards. Instead of Break My Soul, I would have submitted Cuff It. Because not only is it so universal, it's also like the epitome of soul. It puts you in mind of a whole lot of classic soul songs, like the Marvin Gaye, is the name of Gotta Get Up. That's that one. It'll put you in mind of that song. It just puts you in mind of a whole lot of backyard boogie songs, and I feel like that one would have been perfect for the Soul Train Awards, for the Ashford and Simpson Songwriters Award. That one would have been perfect, and she probably would have won, because with all of that being said, more people like Cuff It in comparison to Break My Soul, and it shows in how much the song has been played, not only on social media but also on the radio, and also in like just casual passing by playing music. Like, Cuff It is going up. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say on Beyonce Break My Soul as it concerns the nomination. But hey, she had 2 submissions for this category, so shout out to your girl, because she been doing her thing at all of the award shows. You know, she does anyway, but I really feel like she did a masterpiece with Renaissance. So, child, what's understood don't have to be explained. Queen B, do your thing. And the following nominee we get is your queen, Ari Lennox. Now, I'm fucking with this song. I am really fucking with this song, okay? It reminds me of Break Me Off, though. It reminds me of an evolved version of Break Me Off. It's a really good song. I'm about to criticize it, so I don't want you to get me wrong. And so, my criticism is also my compliment all at the same time. So, while my criticism is that it sounds like an evolved form of Break Me Off, that's also a compliment, because as much as I like the song Break Me Off, I feel like it was missing something. And what it was missing, I feel like was definitely made up for in the song Pressure. She sounds much more confident in that song. The lyricism has much more variety to it. I feel like she pushed herself more on that song, even as it concerns the visuals for the song. So I feel like it's a really great song, but I would not have put it in the Songwriters Award category. And the reason why is just because I feel like Ari has other songs from her new album that would have fit much better, and that I feel like would have put up a much stronger fight in the songwriters category. And I was gonna say that the song On It, Sit On It, would have been a better choice, but then I, remembered that that's actually Jasmine Sullivan's song. But besides that, I would have put Waste My Time in this category before Pressure, but I do understand that Pressure, if I'm not mistaken, was out first, and it also has just more buzz than a lot of the other songs from the album. This song has, turned out to be the more popular one, and I feel like that has more to do with it kind of standing on the back of Break Me Off. And with that being said, all at the same time, it is catchy. And like I said, the lyricism and the excellent musicality is definitely there. Like I said, I just feel like other songs on the album, specifically like Waste My Time, are stronger lyrically and would have fit better in this category. But like I said, Pressure is the more popular song, so of course that's why it's in the category. But all in all, congrats Ari Lennox for being nominated. And I really hope going forward that Ari Lennox gets nominated for more, and not only nominated, but also I hope she does, start wrecking in more materialized flowers, more awards, more recognition, because she is a really dope artist. She seems to be a really dope person also outside of her artistry. And Miss Mamas deserves all of her flowers. So let's give them to her, okay? Sooner than later. And once again, I'm so here for the evolution, because Ari Lennox starting out was an extravagant artist in itself. So to also see that she still has the ability to evolve even this far, I can only imagine that, if she continues to do her work and do her thing, where she will be and how much stronger and greater she will be in the next couple of years. Like, baby girl got legend capability and potential, and I would really like to see her get there. So let's help her get there by supporting her, okay? And once again, congratulations, Ari. More of your materialized flowers will definitely be coming through. Moving on to the following nominee, your Queen MJB. Yeah, ma'am. Mary J. Blige with Good Morning Gorgeous. Now, y'all, don't beat me up. Don't beat me up, okay? I love Mary J. Blige. She's not my favorite artist, but I do have mad respect for her, because the soul is all there. The voice is there, okay? The music is there. She's just not an artist that, I don't want to say that I don't relate to per se. I just don't, like, I don't know. She just don't fall into the category of one of my faves. However, she does have a lot of songs that I love, and I love when her music is sampled. And like I said, definitely respect her as an artist. And much like Usher, she is someone that I would rather see perform live, because I love their stage presence, and I love, how much more they bring to the stage versus what we're able to receive and exchange through an audio track. And Mary definitely had to crawl and walk and run so that a lot of my faves could fly. So it's definitely no Mary slander over here. Okay? And I feel like Good Morning Gorgeous is a beautiful song. And it's definitely another song that is much needed during this time. It's been much needed, because we got to tell ourselves good morning. We got to tell ourselves we're gorgeous. We got to speak nice to ourselves and love on ourselves, regardless even if anybody else is doing so, because it ain't always no guarantee that anybody else will do so. So if it ain't nobody else doing what you need to be done, you got to do it for yourself, right? And that includes speaking nice and loving to yourself. And I love the story and the way she tells it as to how she got to that point, and the way that she delivered it in the song as well. However, I just wish that Mary was given more of her flowers before this point. But real quick, I'm gonna get on a soapbox just a little bit. What I think kind of happened with Mary J. Blige and the appreciation of it all and the acknowledgement of it all is that when you have a hard time showing your self-love, you end up having a hard time attracting love. So a lot of people, like, you may look at people in the world and think like, what they got that I ain't got. Reason so many people support them and love on them and like them and show them love and all this, that, and the third. And that person may not have everything together. That person may not have the most stable relationships with everybody. But what that person may do and may have is an unshakable routine of showing themselves love and giving themselves praise and giving themselves support, which spiritually and energetically attracts more support, more love, more praise from other people. And maybe Mary's support and recognition had been so up and down throughout the years because her relationship with herself and her relationship with her self-love and her routine with self-love was unstable, So consequently, in an energetic and spiritual sense, it may have caused some blockages for her as it concerns, materializing her flowers and her wins and her awards as she very much so deserved in the past. I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve it now, but I said all that to say that there are many of other songs that Mary should have been got a Songwriters Award for. And maybe she has, and I just ain't, looked at it. But overall, even if she has, she deserves a lot more. She deserves a whole lot more than what she's been given to this point. But I'm not going to spend too much time dwelling on that. We're going to now focus on the praise that she is getting and continuing to give her that praise. And with all of that being said, much shout out to not only Mary, but to the people of the Soul Train Awards, the Academy of the Soul Train Awards, for including and accepting that song to be nominated for the Songwriters Award. Because we don't just love Mary when she heartbroken and, crying over men and crying over the struggles of life. We also love Mary when she happy. We also love Mary when she is outwardly and unapologetically loving on herself, okay? We love to see it, and we love to see her get praise for both. Because a lot of artists are not able to function in their duality and still receive acknowledgement and praise for it. And it's really good to see the resilience and the redemption of Mary J. Blige, especially being an artist from back in the day. And it's so many artists that she started out with that have succumbed to the pressures of life, the pressures of being in the industry, the pressures of addiction, this, that, and the third, and beyond. And so to see Mary overcome so much and still be out here dipping it and doing it in more ways than one, getting her acting on, just everything, okay? Showing that she is more than a one or even two trick pony. Miss Mamas is fully capable of doing it all. And I love to see it. We love to see it. And one thing I love to see more than anything with Miss Mary is that she is a perfect example of how you can fall over and over again, and you can make the choice to get up over and over and over again, and not only get up but stay up, and not only stay up but look good on the outside and genuinely radiate the evolved sense of love and peace and happiness that you have been able to accumulate for yourself over the many times that you've fallen and picked yourself up. And with all of that being said, child, once again, much love and congratulations to Mary J. Blige on her nomination, and come through with more flowers for your queen, okay? Okay. And for the following nominee, we had Ms. Money Long. Absolutely, very much so deserved as well. Now, as much as this song gets on my nerves now, because folks done played it out, okay? Gonna get that part out the way, okay? Had to take a fast on this song because, child, hear it everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. The same way that people are starting to feel about Beyonce's song Cuff It is how I started to feel about this song, because it was everywhere. Okay, now we got that out the way. I can't hate on Sir. I can't hate on Sir because she did exactly what needed to be done. She made a song that very well, oh gosh, the melody is great. The lyrics are great. They're versatile, you know. It's like, it's a great song. Like, straight up and down, it's a great song, and it gets stuck in your head effortlessly. Now, I'm not gonna spend too much on the song because, of course, we already know that she won, so I would rather put all of that into her acceptance speech. So we're gonna come back to Sir and show the other nominees some love first. But all in all, straight up and down, excellent song. Right on the money. Right on the money. What I will say, before I get to the other nominees is now, and I said this in the video of the Soul Cypher, because she was in the Soul Cypher, I said that after seeing the performance that she put on in the opening show, I want to see Miss Mamas do more. I want to see her bring more. I want to see her challenge herself more, because there is definitely more than what meets the eye. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited because your girl is getting a whole lot of buzz, and she was all up and through this Soul Train Awards also. So I know it's nothing but opportunity and going up from there. So once again, and it won't be the last time, of course, because we're coming back to Sir for her acceptance speech. But congratulations on the nominee. Congratulations on opening the show. And congratulations for being all up and through the Soul Train Awards, girl. Let's get to the following nominee, which is SZA. Oh, gosh, okay. It is obviously the season of the underdog. Because I've always loved SZA, but I noticed that SZA is another artist that it took a minute for people to gravitate to and, like, give her musical respect. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say. She's singing cursive. But even though she one of the cursive singers, she still has a very great tone. She's got a very good silky texture of voice. She has a beautiful voice, and she does have range. And boy, when I say the way she writes is like no other. I'm talking about every song, even on songs of hers that I don't even like that, I can still respect the lyricism and the musicality and the amount of time and thought and passion that she puts into her work. Like, not only can you hear that shit, but you can feel that shit. And what's special to me about SZA being in this category is, like, you saw there were a couple of other artists where I was like, I feel like they deserve to be in the category, but I just feel like other songs would have fit better. I feel like I Hate You by SZA is perfect, on the money. It is the perfect song to have submitted to be a nominee for this category, just as she has a ton of other songs that I feel like deserve nominations and awards for her songwriting abilities. Because like I said, sis be writing her ass off, and the way she writes is so unique. And also universal all at the same time. So the duality is everything, to be able to be extremely unique and have a universal vibe and capability all at the same time. Absolutely perfect. And absolutely something that I really respect about SZA, because she's able to pull off some of the greatest lyrical wordplay, just all of the lyrical tools that she uses all at once and individually. Gosh, that girl is creative. But like I said, all at the same time, the content that she writes about is so relatable, because specifically as it concerns the song I Hate You, like, most everybody know what it's like to love a person so much that you hate them, and like want to write them Dear John letters perfectly explaining the conflict of your emotions, you know? And I feel like certain things in general, but like specifically to that song, something that can be so complex to explain, she did it so very well, and in the form of a really great song. And while the song has, like, dark and sad and angry type elements, the vibe of the song is still real chill and still real, like, neo soul and serene type shit. So it's like you able to like meditate and vibe to it while getting the release of your frustrated emotions and shit. Her style is unmatched. And child, with all that being said, shout out to SZA, and congratulations, Queen, on the nominee for I Hate You. The following nominee that we are shown is Burna Boy for Last Last. So y'all, I love this song. I first heard this song on the radio, and I heard that Tony Braxton, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me sample, and I think that song is sampled from something else, but I'm not sure what it is. But that's beside the point. I hadn't ever heard nobody sample He Wasn't Man Enough for Me by Tony Braxton. And I ain't always loved the Tony Braxton song, but when I finally realized and learned what she was saying in the song, I fell in love with it. And so I ain't gonna lie, I had been playing it out for a while, and then I heard Burna Boy's song playing on the radio, and I was like, oh my gosh, he fucking sampled this song. Oh my gosh, I don't really know what he's saying, but this shit is jiggy. And I love his voice. Now, child, I done even looked at the lyrics, and it's written very poetically, and the lyrics, the way he wrote them, and also the musicality of the instrumental, because even though it's a sample of He Wasn't Man Enough for Me, there are also some alterations done to the musicality of the instrumental to where he, made it original. He made it his own. And I don't know if he produces his own instrumentals or if somebody does it for him, but whoever did it, they did the damn thing, okay? And based off what I could understand of the lyrics, because he speaks, I believe it is patois. It's a type of patois. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong and you know what it is. But in a lot of it, he speaks patois, but then by the end of the song, he's speaking something else that I'm not familiar with. So I don't know what he's saying. But in the chorus, he's like, I need Igbo and Shayo. I need Igbo and Shayo. And I know that Igbo is a Nigerian tribe. I think tribe is the correct term for it. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and you know what it is in the comments. But I believe that that's a Nigerian tribe. They are Nigerians. I know that, but I'm talking about the correct terminology for how they are sectioned and labeled. I believe it's tribe. I'm not sure if Shayo is the other tribe, or if, oh my gosh, y'all, a bug is freaking me out, honey. Oh, just, excuse me. But, oh, baby, that's a horsefly. Child. Okay, honey. The devil is a lie flying over here. Anywho, I'm trying to give Burna Boy his props, and the insects is Anywho, dang. Oh, okay. The lyrics, Igbo and Shayo. Now, like I said, he's speaking about 2 languages, maybe more. So I'm not exactly sure if he's referring to those tribes or if those terms mean something different in the language that he's speaking, or if those are people's names. I'm not sure. But it seems spiritual to me. It seems like it has some spiritual and inspirational elements, and it feels like a love song. And that's what's so great about music, especially when the music is good. You may not understand what the freak they are saying, but the delivery, the arrangement, the presentation, the harmony, the melodies of everything make all of the difference, and you're able to exchange vibes. And I must do say that your Burna Boy definitely did a magnificent job of exchanging the vibe, because I love that song. And so I feel like he is so very well deserving of being in this category and just receiving acknowledgement all the way around, because Burna Boy has been around for a while, and I must do say that this is one of my favorite songs by him. So shout out to Burna Boy, and congratulations for your nominee for the Ashford and Simpson Songwriting Award, for the Soul Train Awards. And moving on to the last but not least nominee, again, Miss BB. Beyonce for the song Church Girl. Now, this song kind of had to grow on me just because it takes a. Let me not say that like that. I just don't really like when people have a fast song that is slowed down and sped up and slowed down and sped up and slowed down and sped up. It's only certain songs that I like when they are done like that. Like when you produce a song like that, the transitions have to be seamless to me, you know? I like for it to have a good contrast, but the transitions throughout and to, contrast the different tempos and styles of music and things like that have to be seamless. I can't think right now of a song that I feel like does that real well. But there are some. And at first, Church Girl wasn't one of them for me. But the more I listen to the song and I really listen to the lyrics, like I said, it really grew on me. And I now love this song. Like, I really want to make some choreography to it because I feel like it's a really beautiful song and it's the perfect combination of pop, got some hip hop in there, and spiritual and gospel is very culturally laced. And it's a lot of different elements of black culture smashed into one. And I think what probably, I don't want to say hurt the impact of this song, but what probably made the impact of this song a little shifty on a universal sense is a lot of people's mixed emotions about the mixing of gospel and secular sound and music. A lot of people are afraid of that, and I can understand why, but here's the thing. Music is universal. That's why a lot of the best music is universal. Okay? It can't be put in a box. Once it's put in a box, it's more than likely not going to have an impact. It won't have a longevity type sense. It won't start a conversation. It won't bring people together, you know? And that's the whole purpose of music, to say what you have to say, to evoke change, to call to action, to call to relaxation, to bring people together, to exchange emotion and vibes, you know? And the best music is made when an artist is able to bring multiple different worlds together and make something new that still has roots. Because the truth of the matter is, much of it all comes from the same place. Gospel and blues both come from the same roots. And they are the roots to rhythm and blues. They are the roots to jazz. They are the roots to soul. They are the roots to funk. So understand that gospel and blues had to crawl in order for all these other genres to walk, run, hop, skip, fly, and continue to climb and evolve. That's why gospel and blues make some of the best samples and a lot of not only past music, but also still to this day, modern day music. And I definitely feel like Church Girl is a perfect example of that and a perfect execution of that. On top of the fact that the artist that she sampled for the song is the Clark sisters. And the Clark sister in particular that wrote majority of their songs is Twinkie Clark. And Twinkie is known, that's pretty much her specialty, her God-given talent, was writing and orchestrating gospel music that had a secular twist as far as the sound and the instrumentation, the way she executed the melodies and the way she strung the lyrics together. And she fought hard to be able to do that in itself, let alone receive endless praise for it from her family members, her mama, and, from the industry and the church and Christianity community as a whole. Also, moreover, to pave more ways for other artists in other genres, including her own, to be able to do that. So also understand that Beyonce is not disrespecting the genre, nor is she disrespecting the originator of the sampled track. She's paying a great homage, not only to the originator of the sample track, but also to music, to gospel, to blues, to hip hop, to Black culture as a whole. And that's not only what's so bold about this song, but also what is so beautiful about the song Church Girl and what makes it a strong contender here, okay? So, like how I said, Break My Soul shouldn't have been in this category. Church Girl has every right and reason to be in this category amongst others. So, once again, congratulations to Queen Bee for her nomination for Church Girl. And as y'all already know, the artist who took the Ashford and Simpson Songwriters Award home was indeed Money Long. And she looked absolutely gorgeous going up to accept her award. And when I say she showed the utmost duality of confidence and humility all at the same time, absolute beautiful girl. And it's just radiating off of her that the beauty is definitely inside and out. But like I said before, the song Hours and Hours is definitely well deserved of the award. Now I will go deeper into why I feel like it's well deserved of the award. So I feel like this song is very well rounded. It is the perfect combination of vibes of like classic old school blues type feel with the modern day R&B type feel. And the way that it's written also is written in a way that is absolutely perfect as it is, while at the same time it can still be evolved. And what I mean by that is this is a song that so many different artists can use to practice to, that they can do cover material on and challenge themselves to, be creative with it, flex their own creativity with it, make it their own, and things of that nature. Like, specifically, we know the song went up on social media, TikTok, Instagram, all of that. A lot of people wanted to do their own versions, do covers of it, and things of that nature. And as it concerns, like, people who take classes or go to school for music, it's a good song to use as an example, to use as a warm-up, to use as a scale, if you will. It has very good potential to be sampled over and over again. Like I said, this song can be recreated. This song can stand the test of time and show itself in multiple generations to come, you know? And that's a perfect segue into her acceptance speech. So, of course, she first gives thanks to God and how he be showing out. And he definitely, or they definitely, however you view them, God, the divine realm, definitely be showing out. And I can say that for myself. And I can also see it in her life. Because like I said, she also is one that has a underdog energy, that has a resilient way about herself, that has a story of resiliency, you know? Because when she first came out, a lot of people didn't really know who she was. Like, she wasn't generating like a very wide known type of buzz. But she was also, you know, writing for other artists. So it's like she's always been on our playlist, whether we knew it or not. And now we're finally getting to see her emerge. Also, being an example of being a person that's able to recreate themselves, because her name was not Money Long when she first came out. I can't remember right now what her name was when she first came out, but it wasn't Money Long. She recreated and rebranded and renamed herself and re-emerged herself. So she's definitely an inspiration to people who may feel like they want to make a change, they want to make an evolution, they want to rebrand themselves, they want to redirect their focus in their life or in their career, in their identity. And you may feel like, oh, the fans, they're not gonna remember me, or people not gonna, you know, accept my change and this, that, and the third. But she's an example that it is possible. And not only is it possible to do so and be successful, but sometimes it may be what you need to do in order to gain more of this success that you're trying to get. And more inspirational essence explodes from her as she goes on to talk about how she's been writing since the age of 8, and how it's always been something that she knew that she was passionate about and wanted to give her all to and wanted to exchange with the world. And so she practiced at it and she kept at it, and it all built up to washing the dishes, going through beats on YouTube, and just freestyling. And out came this song, and out came this moment, amongst others. And when I say that that is probably something, I know it's something that I needed to hear, but I also can feel that and see that it's something that a lot of people, especially artists, probably needed to hear, because we always think that we don't have enough, that we don't have the best equipment or the best connections or the best this, that, and the third. But a lot of greatness comes from simplicity. Something so simple as washing the dishes, going through beats on YouTube, and liberatedly freestyling. And emphasis on liberation always, because, you know, freestyling can be a challenge, to something that you have to practice, but it's definitely a practice that's focused on releasing your grasp on yourself and allowing yourself to just be and flow, and let the beat, let the instruments take you where your soul wants to go. And her ability to do that is, like I said, ever inspirational and ever unmatched. And that is why she won the award, child. That is why she won the award. Because she is clearly a person who trusts her own process and trusts her own abilities to be able to elevate her to where she wants and needs to go. And not only that, but the way that she conveyed her acceptance speech and the content of what she said definitely also shows that not only is she able to do it for herself, but she recognizes that not only is it meant for her to influence other people in that way, but that she also has the ability to do so in such a simple way, like not doing too much, but doing just enough, and that being extraordinary in itself, because clearly she's an extraordinary ass individual. So, with all of that being said, shout out and big congratulations to Money Long for winning the Ashford and Simpson Songwriters Award at the Soul Train Awards 2022. Now, darling, I have milked this cow dry. And I know I said that it was a shout. It was meant to be a shout. But apparently, I had more to say than what I thought. So, all in all, I hope that y'all enjoyed. And I definitely appreciate y'all coming through for the exchange of vibes. And if you're feeling synchronized, please do me a divine design and like, share, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to be back through these queenly quotas for the next time. And be sure to bless my comment section with your questions and conversations. And as always, I bid you all light, love, healing, and liberation. Real big emphasis on liberation. Mwah.